Within the development and implementation of our service learning projects, there are some obstacles that all students must overcome. The first main obstacle is the differentiation or the understanding of a student-led project versus a teacher-led project. A true service learning project is developed and implemented by the student. That does not mean that there can't be help from the teacher. That does not mean that there cannot be teacher directives and teacher guidance in the project. However, the student really should have the lead, and the students should have the lead in what is being done for their service learning project. Another obstacle that sometimes takes away from true service are classroom requirements. Is this a project that is being done in conjunction with the teacher, and the program requirements um, are being counted as a grade? In some aspects, um, students doing things for grades aren't going to get students doing things for a grade might not require the same type of either effort and or ideas that the student may have on their own. Classroom buy-in is the third obstacle, in a sense that where a true service project is led by a student, is created by a student, and in some instances, all students participating in the project must have the buy-in on why they're doing this project, what are they going to do to help, and who are they going to help. As a part of, oh, I have to do this, I'm going to tag along with this group and do whatever this group needs of me. And this all really revolves around the idea that you're doing service for the right reasons. Why are you doing a specific service project? Well, ideally, you're doing a specific service project because you have a strong interest in the community in need, also in participating in the activities in discussion. So you're going to give your best effort, be able to apply things that are 100% accurate, and be able to apply ideas that are going to help the community in different ways. At the Lindbergh Academy, there have been many very good examples of service learning. The first project I want to take a look at is the My Pyramid Plan. This was developed within a health class in which students learned about the My Pyramid Health Plan. Within the My Pyramid Plan, students are able to learn about foods to eat and proper dietary habits. The students then took what they learned within their classroom over to an elementary school where they were actually able to teach the same lesson to the elementary school students. The high school students then set out a challenge to the elementary students to see if they can collect foods to create meals that are in alignment with the My Pyramid Plan. At the end of the day, the elementary schools sought out to see how many meals could they create that they were able to donate. All meals were then donated to Angel's Arms foster home. This was done during the academy's second semester, so it really ran in conjunction with the holiday season, and the elementary students and the high school students were both able to not only create, package, develop the meals, but then they were able to deliver the meals together. As a part of the project, the students, in reflection, used these guidelines presented. They had to use the following prompts of their work, what they were proud of with this work, what they learned from doing from their project, what was challenging about it, what did they understand how to do, piece is important, um, how did the students grow or change, and what did they learn while participating in the project. This is one a teacher-led guideline, but still a good format to see how does a student reflect upon what they did and what they learned. Another example of a reflection was a particular student in this project wrote a press release to the Lindbergh School District for the website. Many of you may have seen this on the website last year. The website then in turn forwarded the information onto the local newspaper, the Concord Call, and within the paper, the Concord Call, the student had their written piece of work submitted and then published in the Call. That was the Call is a local newspaper that is mailed out to all homes in the district, and also has a website that the student's reflection was able to be seen upon there. Another example of service at the Lindbergh Academy dealt with the Museum of Transportation that is located off Doherty Ferry Road. This project was done in conjunction with the U.S. history class, where students learned lessons at schools um, on the history of transportation and the history of urban growth within the United States. Students were then able to go to the Museum of Transportation, where they learned more specific things about the specific modes of transportation during this period of time in United States history, and lessons that were actually taught by the folks at the Transportation Museum. Students at the Academy were then able to participate in restoration of museum artifacts, such as the buses, such as the cars, such as the trains that are stored at the Museum of Transportation. The museum is 100% funded by volunteer money and volunteer time. So anytime they're able to get a group of high school students able to really get after it and really help restore some of these old modes of transportation. A third example of service at the Academy deals with the Teen MOPS program. Teen MOPS is teen mothers of preschoolers. This is developed in conjunction with our reading class, where students are able to learn about some of the real life issues that teenagers, young adults, adolescents face in today's life, and in certain situations, what does it mean to be a mother? Our students learned about these situations in class, and then they went and volunteered at MOPS, and while they were supervising the children, learning valuable life lessons, they served as facilitators for the children to do some learning activities and just being overall good role models. Fourth example of service learning at the Lindbergh Academy was done with the Lindbergh Early Childhood Center. That is done in conjunction with an art class and an English class, in which students here at the Academy were able to create puppets, able to create children's games and books, and then they were able to share their experiences over at the Early Childhood Center. The high school students went to the Early Childhood Center to not only distribute and show the kids the games, the books, and puppets that were created, but they also had an opportunity to work with them, teach them how to play the games, give them some of the illustrations, drawings, and the reading that they had done, and also put on a little puppet show with the puppets that were created. The next example of service at the Academy is a website that was created from a PE class. The website when developed was to demonstrate proper weight room techniques for the PE class. Students learned how to use proper weight room techniques through free weights and machine weights, and then they demonstrated via camera on all the proper techniques at each machine and each weigh station. The students then created a website in which they uploaded all videos to show the proper weight room usage. A student mentor program has been created with the Career Explorations class. The Career Explorations class is a group of seniors that was very close to moving on to their next step in life beyond high school. They were developing and working on resumes, college entrance writing, all sorts of things as they prepared to move on. As they reflected upon their next step, they decided to work with some students at the middle school. This increased the organization to tutor in academic areas and have character ed conversations with the students to ensure that as they made their transition from the middle school to the high school, they would be able to enter with success and to understand how important it is to be organized, how important it is to manage time correctly, how important it is to be successful in your academic endeavors in order to be successful as they get to their senior year as they're ready to move on beyond high school. Students at the middle school were able to keep in contact with the students at the high school that were mentored through their student email account. This is a great way for students to share grades, to share success stories, and keep everybody updated on what was going on, even after the mentor program had ended. In an intro to technology class, each student was required to create a public service announcement. This public service announcement can then be turned easily into one of their service learning requirements, as they made these PSAs is related to issues, once again, that affects teens in their life today. Things such as texting and bullying, drinking and driving, drug abuse, and how those types of things can cause immediate harm to students. The students then submitted their PSA to a cooperating school district Show Me a Movie contest as part of their reflection. One aspect here at the Academy that is a real benefit of is the technology that we have in hand. Technology can be used to research and communicate. Technology can be used to create. Technology can be used to reflect, and of course we have the Moodle at our disposal to upload any of these things or submit any of these things. Easy to use research and communication as we're looking to create projects, as we're looking to gain contacts with outside sources, using the internet to email and or make phone contact with organizations that may show the same interest that we have in identifying the community need and helping the community. Technology can also be used to create ways to get our ideas out to the community and also put our eyes on to focus on us and what we're trying to do. It's also a great way to share upon our information with others so they can see what we're doing, which can then again help increase your project, sustain your project to get others involved and maintain it. Of course, technology can be used to reflect, creating PowerPoint presentations like this and or any other type of video or web design or anything like that to reflect upon your project to show what you did, who you helped, and what you learned. In many instances, the reflection piece needs to be submitted to me in order to gain approval for your service project. This can be done through the Moodle. All of you will have a Lindbergh Academy Moodle page where you can titled Academy Information, in which you can submit your reflection. Any and all reflections that are done electronically can be and actually have to be submitted through the Moodle. All of you have a Moodle page. All of you should have access to the Academy Information page. If not, we're going to get into that in your next session later on this morning, and we'll make sure that by the end of the day that you are in that page. When we talk about service learning, we're looking what type of outcomes are we looking to have? The outcomes we're looking to have is this. We want them to be tailored to your classroom experiences and your school experiences. Again, what did we learn? What are some of the highlights that you've learned? What are things that you immediately pop in your mind to say, I can do this, I can help the community based on this one example of something I learned? A desired outcome for me as an administrator is to see the growth that our students make, not only academically, not only personally, but also in character development, and all these things put together as one. And research does show that as character growth increases, there's a much greater chance of academic growth to increase as well. Final outcome, of course, is to see community improvement, and this is what being a good citizen is all about. The improvements that we can make in small steps, the improvements that we can make over the course of 9 weeks can be great. The examples that I've just shown you have been done by Academy students over the years. They receive some help from teachers, they receive from guidance from teachers, but ultimately the reflection pieces that they created, the actual service that they performed, was all on the students here at the Lindbergh Academy. And in many instances, these projects that they've completed have garnered a great deal of positive exposure for the Academy. And it really created a positive spotlight on the Academy, which again goes back to improving community. Goes back to what can I do to make Ryan better. If you have any questions on the service, please don't hesitate to come see me at any time. The computers, the technology that we have at our disposal are great. Some of the really nice resources we have at the National Service Learning Clearinghouse, which is a website. You can easily just access that. Ron Berger, who in my opinion is the expert in project-based learning in the United States. Project-based learning can easily be tied into service learning projects and can easily be studied and looked about some ideas that we can then contribute to our community. At this time, we're going to look at an idea sharing time, a brainstorming activity in which your teachers will have something that you can do in a group with a partner. Take about 10 to 15 minutes to jot some ideas down to really think about what can I do, what community can I improve, how can I improve this community. So at this time, we're going to move on to that step.